Howdy doodly folks, and welcome back. I hope y'all are doing fantastic today. As for me, I'm in a stellar mood, and I got a great episode for you today. In today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing the newest addition to Authenticity Perfumes, Tobacco Boss. Test drive's over, and now it's time for me to put my 2 cents in on the mix. Is this really a tobacco boss, or is it more like an intern? Stay tuned to find out. Cue that intro. Going on, fragrance family, and welcome back to My 2 Cents. My name is Brian, and this is the show all about boosting your confidence through the art of fragrance, becoming a lasting scent memory. Authenticity Perfumes launched Tobacco Boss, I think sometime at the end of September, sometime last month. I just picked it up, I purchased it, it was not sent to me for review, just throwing that out there. Regardless if they did or not, I would still always give my 100% honest and unbiased opinion. But before we get into my review, I do want to give a quick shout out to the fragrance family. Y'all are freaking awesome, just thought you should know that. If this is your first time stopping by and you like fragrance related content, then you, my friend, are in the right spot. Do me a quick favor and join this amazing fragrance family by hitting that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, flip it to all so that you stay in the know whenever I'm posting new content, because you gotta stay in the know. Throw me up some of those likes because it helps my algorithm and helps the growth of this amazing fragrance family. And don't forget to leave me some comments down below. What are y'all's thoughts on Authenticity Perfumes? Have you picked up Tobacco Boss? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know. Drop me a comment down below. God, does that guy ever stop talking? He's just like blah, 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 blah. I guess now that he's done, we can go ahead and get into... Yeah, like a traveler, I was born to wear cologne. Wait a second. Whiffs and sniffs. All right, before we get into the review, I'm going to do a little presentation with you. It'll be real quick. So here's the box. There's nothing much to it. It says Authenticity Perfumes on the side. It says it has a 50% oil concentration, 12 hours of longevity. But who cares about the box? And here's the bottle. I like the simplicity behind their bottles. Just a stock bottle. Parfum concentration. I'm going to go ahead and spray one spray, because that's all I'll need to fill this room up. And that's it. So look at the atomizer while you can. I'm not doing this twice. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave the notes up here for you, and let's get whiffing and sniffing. Tobacco Boss starts out with bergamot orange. I get more orange than anything, though bergamot is reminiscent to orange. So a lot of the times when there's orange in a fragrance, it's actually bergamot. And they use bergamot in everything. Soaps, laundry detergent, anything that has like an orange, some sort of citrusy note, bergamot is usually used. So the citrus, I'm sorry. No, that's not what I meant to say. The citrus in Tobacco Boss starts out a little sharp. See what I did there? I actually combined sharp and citrus and created my own curse word. Citrus. This does not smell like poop at all. The citrus in this starts out kind of sharp. But that goes away quite quickly. And then everything starts unraveling and unfolding. To my nose, I definitely get this really fresh eucalyptus, which adds this kind of almost mentholiness, but it's not menthol. It's more like an herbaceous green freshness. And that citrus blends very well with it, though the citrus doesn't stick around too long. The freshness stays around for quite some time. But I also get that tobacco shortly into the initial spray. I don't get a lot of the patchouli that's in the heart, but I do get some of that bay leaf that just adds a little bit more of that greenness to that eucalyptus, creating that really nice freshness. And the tobacco in this is a nice toasted honey tobacco. Once you get further into the heart and starts drying down for about 30 minutes, that tobacco really becomes more predominant. Alongside of that, you're also going to get a whole lot of honey. A whole lot. This is a Pooh Bear's like wet dream. The heart to the dry down is where this fragrance gets quite linear. I don't get a lot of the leather. It's sitting back there, but it's not predominant whatsoever. But I do get a couple notes that aren't listed on here. I get some cinnamon, some spicy cinnamon, not a whole lot, but enough. And I also get some incense, which also isn't listed here, but it's sitting back there. A little bit of smoky incense. But the rest of the notes, like the patchouli, vanilla, I don't get a whole lot of vanilla. I get way more honey than I get anything. And that's actually where this fragrance becomes a little bit too much for me. If you know this channel, you know that I don't like super sweet fragrances. And this fragrance really becomes very sweet. So up top, it starts out fresh. That tobacco's there, but not as predominant. 30, 45 minutes into the dry down, it sweetens up a lot. It warms up, but it gets really, really sweet. And it stays that way through the rest of the fragrance. Throughout the rest of the dry down, you do get a little bit of creaminess from the sandalwood, but not a whole lot. It's just that really sweet honey and tobacco with some spices and a little bit of that smoky incense. This fragrance, honestly, to me and on my skin and for my palate, is not my cup of tea. But here's why it might be your cup of tea. Let's talk performance. All right, so I went heavy with the sprays on my first day of wearing this. I sprayed 6 sprays. I was walking up to Jeremy's house, going into his garage door was open. And before I even got to the garage, I was walking down the driveway. Jeremy's like, hey man, what fragrance are you wearing? Because you kind of smell like a head shop. Quick disclaimer, if you do not know what a head shop is, it is a place where you get your tobacco paraphernalia. Or if you live in a country or a state that marijuana is legal, yeah, it's where you get all your paraphernalia for smoking the pots. But then he said, it's not bad. You just smell like a spicy, sweet hookah tobacco with some incense. And I thought to myself, I was like, I'm not mad about that because that's kind of what it smells like. The tobacco in it kind of smells like shisha, hookah tobacco, like a syrupy, sweet, honeyed hookah tobacco. And then I explained to him what I was wearing. Now the next day that I wore it, I only went with 2 sprays and it was a perfect amount. It was still too sweet for me. But if you like sweet fragrances, if you like fragrances along the lines of Ultramall or Paco Rabanne's 1 Million, though it doesn't smell like either of those fragrances, it shares that sweetness. I have never smelled a tobacco fragrance that goes gourmand but stays fresh. And it's a very good fragrance, but it's overly sweet. And I'm not a big fan of overly sweet, but it's a good fragrance. Let's talk longevity. Frickin' stupid. I mean, nuclear performance, everlasting longevity. Let's put it this way. I sprayed on my clothes the first day I wore it. That was this last Friday. I washed that shirt with a bunch of other clothes, and not only does my shirt still smell like it, so do all the clothes that were in the dryer with it. Which is pretty awesome because it's like the best smelling dryer sheets you could ever get. Longevity is eternal. I got 12 plus hours out of it. I actually had to scrub it off. If Tobacco Boss had a job outside in the normal world, probably be a porn star because it lasts for freaking ever. Get on your clothes, good luck getting it off. So if you are looking for a fragrance that is sweet, rich, gourmand, tobacco, nuclear performance, lasts eternally, and is stupid cheap, Authenticity Perfumes Tobacco Boss might just be the fragrance for you. Situations I would wear this in, definitely I would not wear this in the heat. But I think this will really shine in the colder months. Like I'm talking like later in the fall, definitely in the mid of winter. But as for like hotter seasons, I think it'll be too much. I could not see myself wearing this to the office. I think it's too sweet. And this is just my preference. Yeah, it's too sweet. I don't think it's offensive in any way, but your coworkers might not enjoy it as much as you do. The situations I would wear this at, definitely going out with some drinks with your buddies, going out bar hopping, going to the club because it's loud, having a great night out on the town. I would even wear it date nights, but I would go really minimal with the sprays. 1, 2 sprays, you should be good. This is a friendly service announcement. Go easy on the trigger. Seriously. But for the price, if you like sweeter fragrances, sweeter tobacco fragrances, I think this is stellar. Too sweet for me, but could be perfect for you. You can get a 60 ml of this for $39.50. I will leave all the information linked in the description down below so you can go check them out. In my opinion, it's totally worth it. I love all the Authenticity perfumes that I own. This one is my least favorite just because I'm not a big fan of overly sweet fragrances. I have one friend who actually owns this and he was like, man, my brother said it smelled like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I can totally get that. I can see that. That roasted tobacco, the honey, and I think there to be cinnamon in it. It has that gourmand side to it. So, like I said, if you enjoy sweet, rich, gourmand tobacco fragrances that last stinking forever, project like an atom bomb, and also are stupid cheap, this might just be the next tobacco fragrance to add to your arsenal. If you are not a fan of super sweet fragrances, this might not be for you. But still worth a whiff and sniff. Definitely give it a shot. Get yourself a sample either way and test it out before you buy it. But for $39.50, I think it's totally worth a whiff and sniff. So there it is, guys. That is my review of Tobacco Boss. For me, a little too sweet. But if you like sweet fragrances, it could be the perfect tobacco fragrance to add to your collection. That is it for me today, guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's episode, then do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you are stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.